We won a friendly game and each got $10. But today we beat the Lakers for the NBA championship, and coach still handed us just $10. Winning that game was no easy thing. But the losing team actually walked away with more money than us. Coach had clearly taken the biggest cut and left us with almost nothing. So I snapped and went straight at him, but he had a point. In those days, black men had no access to real courts, so we had no choice but to make a living this way, performing like a circus just to make people laugh. Nobody had ever seen basketball played like this before. The crowd went completely nuts, and that was exactly what our team was built for, pulling in big entrance fees. But just as the audience was totally locked in, I suddenly called everything to a stop. To squeeze even more money out for coach, I decided to add something wild to the halftime show. I carried a kid out onto the court and pulled off a massive slam dunk while holding him in my arms. But it was the opponent's basket. I totally loved every second of it. But then I looked at the scoreboard and an even crazier idea hit me. I had my teammates keep shooting into the opponent's own basket. The other side just stood there completely confused. But suddenly coach started panicking because he could not afford to lose this game. The score quickly climbed to 70-all. Just as the countdown hit 4 seconds, I launched a half-court shot and it went in. That absolutely scared coach out of his mind. Soon after, we packed up and headed to our next stop, but the bus suddenly ran completely dry on gas, so we pulled into a gas station. But when I stepped off the bus and walked over to fill up, the white owner got really tense, raised his weapon, and tried to drive me away with pure hostility. I made it clear I was only there for gas. But he kept pushing me out, so when I pulled out my dollars and held the money out to him, he just gave a cold smirk and looked away. The situation was totally spiraling out of control. So my coach jumped off the bus and told that owner I was the greatest basketball player on the entire planet. The owner suddenly realized we were that black basketball team. Our story had clearly spread all across the country. But then he pulled out a notebook and shoved it at me for a signature, because he had figured out just how far I would go. He was completely convinced that autograph would be